Hi, it's me, Sam, and this is by Hook or by Needles, and we are here with part 3. There will be a part 4, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, but there will be. Just because I am trying to sort of give as much detail as I can, because I don't want to move too fast, you know? I don't want to freak people out, because it is a complex talent, task, skill, that's the word I'm thinking of. It is a very complex skill to adapt to. So we are going to be picking up stitches in our back bumps, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've got 8 this time. Oh, how'd I manage that? Well, I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to enjoy. So, I've got 1. Now, this time we're picking them up and we're purling. So we're not picking up the stitches or the bumps and knitting. We are picking them up and purling. So there is actually what I might do, because this is a little tricky. I might pick them all up first and then purl off them. So we go 1, 2, 3. Oops, hang on. Let's just pick up the things. 4, 3, 4. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And where's my stitch marker? Rumble, 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 rummage, rummage, rummage. Here we go. I need a stitch marker to divide that, separate that 8 from my next 8, so I don't get confused. And we just purl 8. Do we purl 8? Hang on. Oh, dear. Hang on. Where are my instructions for this bit? Oh dear, where we go? Pick up and it would help if I knew what I was doing, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's just purl 8 this time. I'm pretty sure it's pick up a purl 8. Then we knit backwards for 8. So let's pick up that other thread because I split it. Okay, then we knit backwards, and it's a new start of a new video. I'm gonna, nope, too close. Okay. Oh dear, trying to hold this so it can be seen properly. Why is it not letting me? I think it's because it's, ugh. Come on, needle, you're not being very nice to me. Okay. I'm laughing at myself. It's okay. I'm allowed to do that. Oh, if you can see here, on this stitch, we have a front leg and a back leg. All reverse backward stitching, knitting, purling is done in the back leg. We pick up the back leg each time, whether we are knitting backwards or purling backwards. The way we insert the needle determines which we are doing. If we were purling backwards, we would put our needle from front to back on that back leg, but we're not. We are knitting backwards. So we take the needle and we go from back to front, and then we give ourselves a bit more room. Yeah. And we come up and over because we are knitting backwards. Up and over. Oops. Up and over. We are doing exactly the same as we did at the end of the last video with the last rectangle. There are going to be no decreases or increases, although we will be purling two together, but that is just to join it to the previous row's rectangle. Okay, so where's all my yarn gone? Just need to get my yarn up onto my right hand side. Okay. Then we purl 7 only, which takes us to the last stitch. We are joining this one with this one, so we purl through those stitches. We purl through the last stitch of this rectangle and the first stitch of the last row's rectangle, and then we knit back again. And we do this for as many rows as it takes to complete that. And I'm sorry about that noise. Let me get that cable out of the way so that's not doing that. And hopefully that'll reduce that scratchy noise. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I love cables, but they can be noisy if you don't tuck them away. Okay, and then straight back into purling back. We purl 7. See if I can, can't really. Okay, and purl 2 together. Okay, hang on, just need to, it's getting a bit warm here. I might need to take this jumper off. Okay, knit backwards. What date is it today? Here it is the 11th of October that I'm making these on. I'm doing all these videos on the same day. Oh no, the first one was yesterday because I didn't have my new table. Just got a delivery from Hobby or Hobie or however you want to say it, yarn. Nothing really much to show there because it's I just got some of their Christmas cottons in their 4-ply, and I thought I might make some nice Christmassy type headbands or washcloths and whatnot. So I'm not sure what I'll do with it exactly yet. And we purl back. Seven to the last Pick up one on each, purl those two together. Note we are purling together. Just a reminder, we are not doing the SSK because the SSK is just for really when we're doing it at the, well, for one, it's when we're doing knits, but it's also for when we're doing it from the front side so that we get that nice neat sort of edge. The purl two together here becomes sort of a not very neat, but it doesn't need to be because this is the back side of the work. Purl those two together. Knit back. And you can see how quick you can get at knitting in reverse when you practice it a fair bit. And it does become quicker than turning your work backwards and forwards all the time. At least in my opinion it does anyway. And of course it goes a lot quicker when I don't jabber so much. And purl back. And purl those two together. Halloween isn't a huge thing here in Australia. It is getting bigger. More and more people do take part, but it's I don't think it's as big as it is in the US. So interestingly, I was listening to someone's live or video the other day from America, and they were stating that some states or counties or whatever will specify times for trick-or-treaters, which I thought was a good idea, actually. You know, that way people, people are going to be home that are actually participating. Here, the way that the kids tell if someone is participating is by whether or not they've got decorations. And we even have little, you know how you can have little posts that, at Christmas that says, Santa, stop here. Well, you can get little signposts that say, yes, we celebrate Halloween or something like that, just to let people know that, yeah, someone's going to be home and we do have candy, even if they don't have, any decorations out. But usually if you don't see that sign and you don't see any decorations, then you just skip that house, which is good because, And I know, I think in America, a lot of people often will leave a bowl out saying, please just take one. I don't know if I could trust the greed of most kids, though. Most kids would go, free candy? Just take one? No. Even as an adult, I think I'd be inclined to take two. Now, there's a confession I thought I'd never make on video. Okay, and purl back. If you see a black tail flash into the camera, that is my little Maggie girl. She's a cat. She's not a girl. She's not actually like my daughter with a tail. No. All my children are naturally formed and they don't have any vestigial, is it vestigial towels? Oh dear, I'm talking rubbish now. So many videos I've got to make today, tomorrow, and whenever for the weekend, over the weekend, to have content for next week. But I love it. It helps keep me busy. It reduces probably the amount of stuff I actually can create for myself, but you know what? I don't mind that. I really don't. I enjoy doing it. It's real fun. And I say, you know, if anyone's out there thinking about starting a channel, you know, and worried about how it will be received, don't worry. Just do what you want to do. That's all I'm doing. I felt like doing an Entrelac coaster, so I'm doing an Entrelac coaster. No one said, hey, can you do an Entrelac coaster? I mean, if they did say that, I would have said yes, sure. But, you know, do what you want to do when you want to do it. Okay, let's turn it to the front just to see. Whoops, oh, it's caught on my safety pin. Oh, I've dropped a, oh, see, now this is good. I've dropped a stitch. And why do I say this is good? This is good because I can show you how to pick up a dropped stitch. Oh my goodness. How very exciting. All right, let's go back. We undo that, undo our purl 2 together. I always turn it to the front because it's easier to pick up a stitch from the front. Okay. Let's get that over there out of the way. And I might zoom in a little. Okay, so I picked up my drop stitch with my crochet hook and pick up that thread that's hanging between that stitch and the next stitch, and voila, pop that onto the needle and drop stitch picked up. Voila. So I just had to do that little bit again. I was going too fast. And purl those next two together to finish. See, now I wouldn't have noticed that actually had I not turned my work to the front to have a look at the work. Okay, here we go. So I need just one more triangle here, which I will do, show it on camera, and then I will pause possibly. Yeah, we'll see. So one more. Now, let's see, do I still have 8 bumps like I did last time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bumps. That makes it so much easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my 8 bumps from this side backwards. 1, 2. Oh, my little girl is right next to me. Let's see if I can see. There she is, laying right next to me as I'm working. She's my little cheer squad. She's constantly there. My boy, he tends to be off, you know, guarding the front door or somewhere. She's usually laying in a window, watching the world go by. And then we got 2, 4, 6, 7, and the last one is 8. Cool. Remove this stitch marker from there to pop it on here before I start my last rectangle, just so I don't misdo the stitches. Okay, So we purl 8. So this is our pick up and purl, 8 stitches. Then after I pick up and purl 8 stitches, oops, and I'll pick up that thread I've dropped as well. Oh, tight. Get in there. And one more. Okay. And that's my 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we do a knit in reverse. We're knitting backwards. Whoops. Get rid of my cord. This little girl of mine, this little kitten, she's a cat now. She's almost, what, 20 months old. Probably older than that now. She absolutely loves stitch markers. What I tend to do when I'm working, especially during winter, is I wear a jumper, and I will attach to my jumper all the stitch markers that I'm using. Just hook them on there. It's easier to find them. And this one, she will just sit there pulling at them the whole time to try and pull them off. And then she chews them. So, yeah. And then during summer, what I tend to do with I've got this big, believe it or not, I've got this diaper pen, nappy pen, from when I was a baby. And my mum gave it to me because I was using cloth nappies for my first child. And, because it was environmentally better. And I knew that I wouldn't have time to do it with my second child. So I thought I'll try and do the right thing at least once to try and reduce, waste and all that sort of thing. Anyway, I put this nappy pin on, I pin it to my dress or top or whatever I'm happen to be wearing. And then I attach my stitch markers to that. And I also attach my row counter to that as well. And once again, Putty Tat loves grabbing those things and pulling at them. It's a very easy way to keep some of your things together. And we purl 7 backwards. Purl 2 together, and then we go back again. As I said before, in the last video, I think it was, this will be a very quick row because there are no increasing or decreasing, and because it's just also a shorter row. There's only 3 rectangles to do, rather than on the previous row there's 2 rectangles and 2 end pieces, which equal 1 rectangle basically, because it's like 2 half rectangles. But there's a lot more work involved. You're not making this very easy for me, Putty Tat, laying right where you are. Let's see, now she's just right there. Just because she can. Just because she wants to. Oh, now I've got the glare right in my eyes. Hang on, just move that over and down. Oh, come on. Stop glaring at me. I'm going to have to move it right down. Whew. It's glaring right into my eyes. I hope that's not darkened it too much. Maybe if I just raise this. Oops. Oh, see, I shouldn't have moved the camera, should I? It's all my fault. I know. It's all my fault. I had it all lined up and whatever, reasonably, perfectly. Well, as near as perfect as I'm going to get. Okay. Pearl 2 together. I've got a Hobie candy. I actually got a candy, but I can't have it. Sugar levels. No, that light's still not right, is it? Let me know if this section's too dark. Oh, maybe fine. That might be better. I'm laughing because I've just put the light right in front of my face and it's shining down and it's lit up beautifully now, but it's right in front of my face and I can't see a damn thing. Oh dear, why do I play with the light to begin with? Oh dear goodness me. I don't know why I do these things. I really, really don't. I should just leave well enough alone. Dear. I wonder if that's on the highest. I think it must be. Just unravel some more yarn. And purl those two together. And then straight into knitting backwards. Let me know below if you celebrate Halloween and how you celebrate. You know, when my kids were really young, I didn't, particularly agree with going, knocking on doors, because that was before the consensus was you only knock on doors with decorations, and people would knock on doors regardless. And it used to just really, I always had candy in, but it just sort of be up and down all night trying to, giving candy to people just drove me a little bit bananas. But, so I didn't really want them out doing that. So what I did is I threw them a little Halloween party instead. And what I did one Halloween party, this sounds gross, I had snot on a stick. And what it was just some guacamole and breadsticks. And you dipped the breadstick into the guacamole. Snot on a stick. I had little spider cakes, and I got a rubber glove, and I put water in it, froze it, and made some red cordial, and I floated the hand in the frozen hand in the cordial. I used to try and have a bit of fun with it. And then, and everyone got to take a bag of a variety of candies home with them. Oh dear, I should not be tired. Why am I sighing as though I'm tired? I've slept for 15 hours yesterday and this last night. Two more to go. Oh, and Thiago haven't gotten back to me about these needles. This part bothers me. These are new spin cables, so the cable spins within this metal piece so that it doesn't, they don't have any memory, but it helps sort of prevent it from, coiling up and everything whilst you're working. The only problem is sometimes when you're trying to push your stitches, see how they catch? You just sort of want to slide your stitches across, but in order to slide them across, you've got to lift them up and slide them. They don't, and if you're just sort of trying to grab them, they always get caught. So I sent an email, and I got this standard reply that said, if you are an end customer or a distributor, or I think it said, of Chiagu needles and or crochet hooks, blah, 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 we will respond to your complaint as soon as possible. And then the next paragraph said, if you are not an end customer or a Chiagu distributor or whatever, we will not, in capital letters, be responding to this complaint. And I thought, why would someone who isn't an end user or a distributor bother emailing you with a complaint? But anyway, and that was on the, when did I spend? I think it was about the 3rd of October. So it's been about a week and I've still not gotten any reply from them. And so I'm not too impressed. Love their cables, love their needles, love their Tunisian hooks. Not so crazy so far on their customer service. And if they try and tell me to go to the person I purchased them from, I'll say, well, hang on, this isn't a purchaser, a distributor issue. This is a product issue. I don't know. And these cables were not cheap in comparison to the normal, what they call the red lace cables. They were not cheap. And I got them because I thought, oh, yeah, swivel, great. And it is great, but you just can't push up all the time as easily as you used to be able to. But anyway, I digress again. If you can hear that crunching, that is my boy baby having some bickies from his bowl. There we go. Finished. That is row 3 finished. As you can see. Oops. That is how it looks. Okay. Now, row 4 will be the same as row 2. And this is why I say I might not repeat row 2. Because I don't think it's going to need repeating. If you want to see how to do row 2 again, just simply go back to the beginning where I picked up the colour, the beginning of row 2. That would be in video 1. It'll be probably halfway through the video, and you'll see me doing this bit and this bit. And then you'd have to go to video 2 for this bit, and this bit. Yeah, because this is video 3. And I want to show you the final part, which is, we twist it upside down. We finish it with 3 more triangles. So I will show you how to do those 3, not base triangles, I think they're called top triangles or end triangles. I'll show you how to do those. But yeah. So tie your colour on, your green back on. We can do that. Tie the green back on, cut the purple off, go back to the part where you start this and follow those directions again, where you are knitting front and back in the first stitch, then you are slip knitting there to join it. So what you'll be doing is, here is you will, with your green, you will be coming up, you will knit front and back, and then slip knit to this side. And then the second one is just a normal rectangle, but going in the opposite direction. I have faith in you. I know I said I was going to be with you every stitch of the way, but I think the video has gone for far long enough. So, and it really is literally 100% a total repeat of this. So, video 1, around about halfway through, that's where that should start, give or take. And I will see you when I have completed that and I'm ready to do 3 top triangles to finish our, it'll probably be a rectangle, not a square coaster, but it's just a sample anyway. Okay, I'll be back in a few seconds for you.